If you want to go from a salaried employee to the life of a $1 million entrepreneur, there are some massive mindset shifts that have to take place. And I'm going to share with you today from my own personal experience exactly what that looks like. Hey there, my name is Haya. Welcome to our Digging Deeper tribe. I work with high-achieving women to help them manage the madness of their daily life to create a life they truly love. Today we're talking about the 7 top mindset shifts that I put into place in my own life to help me create a $1 million income. And I can tell you from the very beginning what that journey has looked like. Because you see, I started off out of college as a regular old salaried employee working in corporate banking for a whopping $40,000 a year salary. And to go from making a few $1,000s a month to a few $1,000s a day is a massive leap. And I do believe with my whole heart, it is a leap that anyone can make if you are willing to embrace a few mindset shifts. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to share with you the top 7 mindset shifts that I made to create a $1 million income. Are we ready? Here we go. Number 1, if it is to be, it is up to me. This is so important, and there is a reason I am listing this as number 1. See, what this really means is that we eliminate any trace of a victim's mentality. Now, I've done a whole separate vlog and blog on what victim's mentality means, but really, in a nutshell, this means that we quit playing the blame game. We quit making excuses for ourselves or our failures or our circumstances or our situation or our mediocrity. And we quit justifying why we are where we are. All of that has to be gone. And we understand, again, if it is to be, it's up to me. I am the only one that is responsible at the end of the day for where I am and where I'm going. Sure, life happens. Sure, there are lots of other people involved, but the truth is that life is only about 10% what happens to you, and the other 90% is all about how you respond, what you do about it. So bottom line is this: the buck stops here. That is really the mindset that we have to embrace, and this is really the main difference between an entrepreneur mentality versus an employee mentality. Because you see, with an employee mentality, we clock in and we clock out, right? We go to work in the morning and we come home in the afternoon. And for the most part, our sense of responsibility goes and comes with that shift. Now, as you move into managerial and leadership roles, of course, there are more responsibilities and you have to carry that burden a little bit more. But at the end of the day, every employee has a boss or someone else that if you can't get the job done, someone else is going to step in and do it for you. And in order to truly create a $1 million income or any level of success that you are looking for, we've got to eliminate those safety nets that, someone else will handle it. No, there is no one else. And whatever you want to create, you have to be so hungry for it that you understand there's no one else that's going to do the job for you. Got it? All right. Number 2, the second mindset shift that I had to create in order to develop and build a $1 million income. I call it champion's mentality. Champion's mentality. What does this mean? Well, the definition of a champion is someone who knows the rules of the game and is willing to play by them better than anyone else. I want to say that again. A champion is somebody who knows the rules of the game and is willing to play by them better than anyone else. Okay, so what this means is that there are no excuses. There is no almost. You are committing to play as the best of the best of the best in whatever arena you're choosing. So if I am going to be in direct sales, let's say selling, what would I be selling? Let's say I'm selling skincare. Okay, I am going to be the absolute best salesperson. I'm going to become the most expert on the presentations, the skincare, whatever the case may be. Okay, if I am selling fitness equipment, or if I am selling real estate, or if I am selling automobiles, or I'm selling a service or an idea, I am going to become the best of the best in that arena. If I am an athlete, I'm going to become the best in that arena. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I am going to become the best that there is. I'm going to become the 1% of the 1%. Because you see, to truly stand out in the world and to create that level of abundance, it means we've got to be willing to create that level of value. And we should never, ever feel apologetic for making an incredible income, because one of the things that I have learned in my life, regardless of what type of business that I have been in or that I have been building, I have learned that your long-term sustainable income is always built by long-term sustainable value. Now, are there people that can do a flash in the pan off of something crooked or sketchy or shady? Yes. But those are not the ones that last for the long haul, because people understand the reputation. People can see through the noise, and over time, your character will speak louder than your sales pitch, right? So I have learned and experienced it in my own life, and watching and witnessing so many people around me, that our income is directly correlated to the number of problems that we solve and the number of people that we help, right? So if I solve no problems or help no people, I make no money. If I solve a few problems or help a few people, I make a little bit of money. If I solve a bunch of problems and help a bunch of people, then I can make a bunch of money. And when I can learn to help other people solve their own problems and teach other people and to help themselves, then that level of income grows exponentially. Okay, so my income is really just an outward symbol of the number of people that I have been able to help in my life. So again, as I learn this system, as I learn how this all relates, whatever the industry is, whatever arena that I'm playing in, I can feel good. I can feel great about what it is that I'm doing, because by me becoming a master, becoming a champion, by bettering myself, I'm doing that in the service of others. And so I'm elevating all the people around me. And as the old saying goes, when you help enough other people get what they want, then you in turn will get what you want as well. And believe it or not, all of that stems from a champion's mentality. Okay. Number 3, the third mindset shift that I made to create $1 million income. Number 3, learn to work the numbers. See, when you learn to work the numbers, it takes emotion out of the equation. And when you gain control of your emotion, you will gain control of your outcome. And guess what? Your income is included in your outcome. So we also could say when you learn to work the numbers, it takes emotion out of the equation. And when you gain control of your emotion, you will gain control of your income, right? And especially for women, where we are emotionally driven, we are emotionally wired, and we tend to ride those emotional cycles, those highs and lows in our business. Oftentimes, if we're not cognizant of this, our business also becomes a side effect of those emotional highs and lows. So we work when we're feeling great, and we don't work when we're not. No business will succeed off of that type of start, stop mentality. So when I can remove the emotion, that I can work consistently out of discipline, right? This is such an important piece. And when I learn to work the numbers, then I'm not guessing, and I'm not working when I feel like it. And that is so mission critical, that whatever industry, whatever arena, that you learn the numbers. Because you see, for me, I know I was never the sharpest tool in the shed, but I could hang with the average bear. So if I played the laws of averages, and if I knew what the averages were in my industry, and I built my business on those averages, some were better, some were worse, but if I was banking on the averages, then I knew my results would come through. So if you are new to business or if you're new to any particular industry, you want to spend your time doing your homework and doing that research so that you can at least start out with those average metrics before you customize it and fine tune it, and through your own trial and error, you will actually be able to create and understand your own metrics, which is going to make you even better and even more productive. All right. Moving right along to the fourth mindset shift that I made to create $1 million income. It is called the law of likability. Now, this is not my name, but I definitely love this law of human nature, and I can promise you it is powerful. It's called the law of likability. What does it mean? It means that people do business with people they like. People hang out with people they like. People want to be around people they like. And on the flip side, if they don't like you, they won't want to hang out with you. If they don't want to be around you, then they're certainly not going to want to do business with you, right? So this one was actually a hard one for me in the beginning. And this is one that I had to work really intensely on myself to improve in this area and to eventually master this law. Because by nature, I am a control freak. I'm a very strong personality, type A, go, 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 go. Everybody move out of my way. I got stuff to do. And that doesn't really work so well as an entrepreneur, especially when you need other people to become customers or team members or to work with you in your organization, whatever it is that you are wanting to create. Very, very, very few people, I can't actually think of any, have ever succeeded in this world on their own in a vacuum. It doesn't happen. And so one of the most hilarious things that I learned and most powerful is this concept of, I call it a reverse mullet. Okay, are you familiar with Billy Ray Cyrus from like the early 90s? He was this super redneck country music star, and he had this like short bangs hair in the front and then this long kind of like trailer park redneck hair in the back. Okay, and we called it business in front and party in back. Well, I want you to think of that as switching it around, and you're going to become a reverse mullet. Reverse that around, so you've got party in front and business in back. Okay, what do I mean by this? I mean, you might show up to party, but you are partying with a purpose. So you are there, you're the life of the party when you need to be. Again, I'm a closet introvert. I am a very, very high introvert. So for me to get on stage and to do public speaking and to spend a lot of time on video, that requires a lot of energy from me that is not in my natural state of being. It's some of the skills that I had to develop and master throughout the course of my career. Okay, so same thing here with showing up to do life with people and to master the art of people's skills and to understand the law of attraction, the power of attracting and attracting people to you with dynamic energy. Again, that party in the front and business in the back. So I'm going to show up to the party. I'm going to do the party thing. I'm going to be present where the people are. I'm going to go out there and do my job to network or to meet the people or to deliver the information or to attract the customer base. But all the while, I've got my business objectives in the back of my mind. So I don't lose sight of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not there just to flit around and be the life of the party. I am there for whatever it is that I'm doing for a very specific mission. But that law of likability, if you're familiar with the classic personal development book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, it's exactly what this is talking about, okay? If I'm going to party with a purpose, I understand that people want to do business with people they like. So if I want to change the world, I've got to make sure that I have developed some charisma or some passion in a way to deliver my message in a way that people are going to resonate with. Got it? Okie doke. Next, number 5, my number 5 mindset shift that I made in order to create $1 million income is boundaries. Boundaries Boundaries. Now again, I have a whole other blog and vlog topics on the concept, the power of boundaries. In fact, I call these my favorite B word. But here are a few things that are so important that I've had to master in my own life as far as developing and implementing and holding strong boundaries so that I don't get lost in the shuffle of everyday life, okay? First of all, I had to learn how to say no. No, 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 no. Say no pleasantly, but persistently, and to say no with kindness, and to say no with grace, but an iron fist with a velvet glove. Secondly, I had to learn how to factor in me time and to build in buffer time so that I could keep my own cup filled, so that I could manage my own energy levels and that I could refuel whenever necessary. You know, it is impossible to keep giving to other people when your own well has run dry. And like the famous airplane analogy, before you put the mask on your neighbor, you got to first put your mask on yourself, because you're not going to be able to help anybody else if you've passed out due to lack of oxygen, right? Okay, also along the line of boundaries, I have had to make the very firm decision to eliminate negative people from my life. Now, sometimes people become negative. Sometimes you just end up with negative people, and you have to be constantly filtering to find out if somebody is a negative energetic influence on your life. You've got to stay away from them as much as possible, because that negative energy 100% is contagious and it's toxic. Okay, and last but not least, under this umbrella of boundaries, I had to learn how to block my time. You can call it time blocking or time batching, but I keep my personal time and my personal tasks very separate from my professional time and my professional tasks, which is also in turn separate from my philanthropic time and my philanthropic tasks. So I block out times to put on these different hats so that I can focus, I can batch my work, and I can be fully present to the moment in these different blocks of time, which means that I become much more efficient, much more effective, and my passion levels can stay high instead of getting lost in the shuffle and multitasking and running from here to there and here to there. And then I'm like a chicken with my head cut off and I'm chasing my tail and every other possible chaotic analogy that you could come up with. Whew, I'm tired just thinking about that one. Okay, let's keep moving. Mindset number 6 that I made in order to create $1 million income is I had to learn how to upgrade from a positive mindset to a success mindset. Now this one, they might sound similar, but they are so different. And I want to explain to you exactly what I mean here. Okay, positive mindset. How many of you know people that are positive? Or they think they're positive, but they're really kind of like negative in disguise. Or they are, even better yet, a martyr. How many of you know the martyr type? Well, thanks for noticing me. Oh, it's, things have been so hard. I've been sick, or the kids, or my family, or the money, or blah, blah, blah. But I'm still here. I'm still going. Thanks for noticing me. I'm not going to quit. Y'all, that is a martyr mentality, and I call it Eeyore. Like in Winnie the Pooh, thanks for noticing me. We do not want to be Eeyore. We're not going to get anywhere, in fact, living life as Eeyore, okay? Where they think they're positive, but they are totally anything but positive. I'm going to keep a positive attitude. I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to keep going. Not going to work. Okay, now, we don't need to be Eeyore, but we don't need to be Tigger either. Okay, we don't have to be bouncing all over the place and to have this hyperactive, super fake and phony happy mentality. We don't have to be either extreme. But if I'm going to be genuine and authentic and raw and real with myself and with the people around me, they're going to appreciate that very much. But what do I mean by success mentality over positive mentality. So I'm not just saying, okay, well, I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm never going to quit. No. I am saying I will succeed. I am succeeding, and it is not optional. Failure is not an option. Success is non-negotiable. And when I wake up every morning and I flip on that switch that I am going to succeed today, no matter what it takes, the question is simply how. You see, there's a difference between I'm going to do my best and doing whatever it takes. Of course, I mean morally and ethically, no question, okay? But I'm talking about managing myself so that I don't give in to the excuses of, oh, well, I did my best. And the truth is, that's just an excuse that I have given myself when I know I could have pushed further and I could have gone the extra mile. Because you see, at the end of the day, we're going to be tired no matter what. So do you want to be tired from work? Or do you want to be tired from worry? And worry only comes when we're not doing the work. Because when I'm working, there's no time to worry, right? All right, last but not least, my number 7 quality that I had to develop within myself and the mindset shift that I had to make in order to build $1 million income is I adopted personal growth as a lifelong obsession. Most obsessions are not healthy. This one is a healthy one, okay? So all of the other belief systems that I was able to manage in my life and develop the healthy ones and get rid of the unhealthy ones, my whole approach to life has completely changed and transformed. And I am talking about a radical transformation in the way that I show up and do life now, as opposed to 20 years ago as a corporate banking employee on a $40,000 a year salary. And that obsession with personal growth has probably served me better than anything else that I have done in my life. So this concept of upgrading my financial thermostat, going to where I was okay with and I was attracting a $40,000 a year salary as opposed to creating and attracting a $40,000 a month income or $100,000 a month or $150,000 a month. All those are dependent on my financial thermostat. Okay, again, overcoming all of those limiting belief systems that I was born with and that I developed throughout my childhood in the course of my life, all of those are possible only because of my commitment to long-term, ongoing personal growth and professional development. And for sure, embracing the reality that we are all truly limitless, this has only come through my obsession with personal growth. That is not a belief that I possessed as a kid. I was for sure that I had limitations, that I was bound by certain circumstances or situations, or I had physical limitations or emotional limitations or psychological limitations or income limitations or networking or connectivity limitations. And I absolutely knew that we all come with limitations in life. And I do not believe that at all anymore. And these massive transformations in how I think, in my worldview, in how I perceive reality, these have all transformed because of my commitment to ongoing personal growth. I believe with all of my heart, soul, mind, being, from the tip of my head to the tips of my toes, to the bottoms of my feet, and into my bone marrow, my DNA, and my cells. I believe that we are all truly limitless and that anyone can learn how to become superhuman if we are committed to the journey and committed to the process. How to do everything with happiness, how to choose joy, how to release the stress over the results, how to manage my own energetic frequency and my own emotional levels. And all of these things came from my lifelong obsession to personal growth. So without question, these top 7 mindset shifts are what created and led to my ability to build, attract, and create $1 million income, to sustain a level of success that I never even would have dreamed is possible as a kid. And not just so that I can rack up a bank account, but so that I can make a difference in the world around me. Because you see, I'm a firm believer that life is not about how much you make, but it's about the impact you make on the world. And one of the things that I have learned is that my income is directly correlated to that level of impact. The more I make, the more I can give, the more I can share, and the bigger influence that I can create. Now, is that absolutely necessary? No. But I do know that a lot of things in this world cost money. And money is of course, the currency that makes the world go round. So everything that you see around you, if you want to be able to help your friends, help your family, and solve those problems that you see in the world around you, all of those things come as we begin to elevate ourselves. And of course, our income is simply a side effect of that personal growth and that personal evolution. So if you've got any questions, feel free to always ping me back. I love hearing from you. I love hearing your ideas, your questions, your thoughts. We are on this journey together. I'm so grateful to have you in my life, and I will see you next time right here on our Digging Deeper vlog. Bye for now. Love ya.